Hi, this is Paul Gallagher from City Trading and Investment. I'm the Head of Trading and Portfolio Management at the company. This brief presentation is designed to provide you with an overview of who City Trading and Investment are, what our approach to trading the financial markets is, what the assets that we trade are, and then a little bit of information on career opportunities at the company. The average earnings a typical trader at the company would expect to receive, and finally some information on the professional training programs in trading and portfolio management that we provide. So basically, City Trading and Investment, we're an international trading and portfolio management firm. We're based in Canary Wharf in London. We have offices on the 29th and 37th floor in the Canary Wharf Tower, which is at 1 Canada Square. Those floors are where our trading rooms are based. Our main goal for 2014 in terms of the actual business model of the company is to rapidly and significantly expand our team of traders and portfolio managers. That would also extend to analysts as well. We're looking to significantly increase the size of the overall team. Our trading approach and time horizons, basically we are relatively unique in the sense that we do both portfolio management and short-term trading. Short-term trading we would define it as something less than a month. However, many of those short-term positions would last for less than a full trading day. So they would come with no overnight risk. They would be intraday trading positions. Our portfolio side takes up 70 to 75% of our actual invested capital, and the remainder of the funds and time for that matter are split across short-term positions. We dictate how we select our time horizon, whether it's a portfolio position or a day trading position, based on the volatility in the markets at any given time. To achieve a high probability trading setup on a day trading basis, you need movement in the market. So days where the market is fairly flat, moving sideways, there's not a lot happening, there's very little event risk. Those days we tend to stay out of the market and focus more on our portfolio positions. In terms of the portfolio management side, roughly 70% of our analysis is fundamental, and the remaining 30% is split between technical analysis and quantitative analysis, with the quantitative side accounting for around about 20% of that. Technical analysis, roughly 10% of our overall analytical approach. Essentially, we use technicals for timing entries, exits, getting a graphical representation, in a snapshot of what is going on in the market at a given time, identifying trends, gauging participation, momentum, these sort of things. In terms of the intraday trading side, there is more of a quantitative and technical approach involved with that than there would be in the portfolio side. Ultimately, you're using those methods of analysis in addition to fundamental factors where you look to react in real time to shifts in asset prices triggered by macroeconomic situations, monetary policy, other event risk scenarios that create volatility, generate volatility on an intraday basis. The assets that we would trade: standard assets, equities, currencies, debt, commodities, cash. In the debt area, we almost class that as a portfolio within our overall portfolio, because we balance it up between high grade government debt, medium and low grade, and then we mix it across various durations, and then we do the same obviously with corporate debt and so on. In the actual instrument side, we tend to use futures products and CFDs, which are contracts for difference, and we operate using a degree of leverage, which is different for each position, and generally that would be dictated by our risk management models. In terms of a typical trader at City Trading and Investment, basically we hire our traders from the training programs that we provide. Successful graduates of our career training programs are guaranteed a trading role with City Trading and Investment. They are given a company funded account to trade, and they will trade company funds, earning a 50-50 split commission in year one and a 75-25 split year two onwards, post graduation from a training program. The average earnings, we've provided them here for you so that you've got a realistic expectation of what the earnings at City Trading and Investment are for an average trader. This isn't the best set of statistics for a given trader, and it's certainly not the worst. It's pretty much just the average. What you would expect in months 1 to 3 would be roughly $500 a week. Months 4 to 6, that would be moved up to about $840 per week, and then months 7 to 12, roughly $1,500 per week. Year 2 onwards, obviously it's based on performance. The reason that the income or profit would go up incrementally through those periods for a new trader is because in months 1 to 3 you are trading X number of markets with a Y size capital account. In months 4 to 6 the number of markets is increased, and so is the capital that you're given to trade. And the same in months 7 to 12, and then on an ongoing quarterly basis thereafter in future years. And that's based simply on consistency of performance. So to earn additional money, it's just consistency of performance. You don't need to perform better. You just need to be consistent, and then your size will be increased incrementally based upon that. So you can see that the earning potential is very decent. It's not $1 million per year, because it's untrue that that's really what traders earn. These are more realistic numbers to base your expectations on. The next two slides, I'll scan over these. They give you an example of two portfolio type trades where we're using contracts for difference. One of them's a long trade on Barclays. You expect the share price to rise, and you've bought at 172. This example has you selling at 185, and the next slide will show you every number involved in the transaction, from margin to the notional values to commissions, finance on margin, all the way down to the total profit. And you can see that the total profit is 5,743 and pence pounds. So a reasonably decent profit for a nominal move in the share price, and that's really just a function of leverage in terms of the capital that you've put in. The capital is not significant in this particular trade, and therefore you can clearly produce significant numbers in terms of profit without excessive amounts of capital. That's the type of position that you would take on at City Trading and Investment. The next one is an example in crude oil. Again, it's a long trade. You expect the price to go up, and again the numbers just show you an example. They give you an example of how much money you could hope to earn. In terms of what City Trading and Investment can offer career-wise and professional training-wise, basically there are two things. One, a genuine career opportunity. Our career programs, which are full-time, Monday to Friday, 9 AM to 6 PM, those are extremely intensive, extremely comprehensive, and they're designed to train and take on new traders for the firm. They're designed to train you from the ground up, even if you have zero knowledge, train you from the ground up, take you through an intensive program, and have you graduate successfully through the other end into a trading role with the firm where you trade a company funded account, and we obviously share in the longer term profits from that account. So ultimately a win-win situation. Our training programs themselves, there are two career programs. One is 3 months long, one is 2 months long, and one part-time evening program. The evening program runs Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and lasts 8 weeks. The evening program is designed to do two things really. Number one, it's designed to provide you with a professional education in trading and portfolio management, to take you from viewing things in a retail fashion to being able to analyse the financial markets and interpret the various pieces of information in the markets in such a way that you can forecast future asset price movements, doing all that the same way a professional trader would do it, whether that was a trader at a hedge fund, an investment bank, or any other top tier financial institution for that matter. Secondly, it's designed to transform your CV. The difference that either of these training programs would make to a standard CV that lacks practical experience in trading and portfolio management is substantial. The difference you see, the difference is immeasurable. Basically, you would stand out from the crowd in a way that you never would have before, because whether the CV is purely academic or whether the CV just lacks practical experience in trading and portfolio management, after graduating from either a career program or a part-time program, you would have that. The reason you would have that is because the programs are 50-50 split between theory and practice. The practice is where you trade the live financial markets. You trade a multi-asset portfolio during your training from the second week all the way through to the final week in every one of the programs, in addition to completing your theoretical learning, which is theory at an advanced level in finance professionally. The programs are basically for these categories of people. Number one, new trainees just looking for a career change. Number two, students looking for a career in finance or just wanting to add value to their CV. Number three, graduates in the same bracket. And more generally, as I've said, for people that are looking to take their approach to the financial markets to a more professional level. These are the four broad areas that the programs cover: global financial markets, financial analysis, risk management, and behavioural finance. Each break into these areas, which you'll see in the presentation that's been emailed to you. Now, anyone interested in these programs, we would email you a full breakdown of the content of the course. For example, in financial analysis, if you go into statistical analysis, there's probably 15 other areas that branch off of that. So each of these areas break down into further learning areas. So the content of the course is substantial. Globally speaking, I'm personally aware of no other that is as intensive and as comprehensive as this. In terms of what you get out of the programs, the 3-month career program, a genuine career opportunity to trade a company funded account with yourself upon graduation from the program, the transformation in the CV, and obviously your own terminal in-house. The training's all done in-house on our trading floors in Canary Wharf. The only difference in benefits between the programs is the number of hours really that you spend training. The 3-month program, 480 hours minimum, so 240 hours minimum live trading. Obviously in the 2-month program it's slightly less than that, and on the 8-week program it's 120 hours. Over 3,000 pages of theoretical material in the 3-month, about 800 in the 8-week part-time, over 100 models, pre-built spreadsheets for you to use in the period after you complete your training, whether you choose to stay with us or whether you choose to move on somewhere else. You can take all of those spreadsheets with you. In the part-time program, there's over 40 spreadsheets that you get to take away with you. Those spreadsheets in themselves are worth thousands and thousands of dollars. So they essentially dwarf the training fees applicable to each of these programs. Cost-wise, these are the headline prices for each of the programs. The full-time programs are $1,800 per month, including VAT. The 8-week program is $849 per month, including VAT, and the same for the 8-week full-time program. These costs can be spread throughout the period of the program with monthly instalments. We also take a look at the applicant's CV when we receive an application or an inquiry for a place on a program. The reason we do that is because we're extremely keen to find and unearth the very best talent, so that there's as high a chance as possible that when we take you on after your program finishes, you're profitable, and therefore that's beneficial to us. So we look to encourage the very best talent to come in and go through our programs. When we see a CV that is interesting to us and it looks really good, and we deem it that the person has exceptional potential, then we will apply subsidies to those program costs, and those program costs will therefore come down. The average subsidy is generally 20 to 30%. However, it can be more than that, and it's not a small percentage of the time that that's the case. So I would urge anyone interested in any of these programs to submit your CV to us. The email address to do that is on the next page. Just tell us what program you're interested in, detail any questions that you want to ask, and we will get back to you with one, confirmation that we would be able to offer you a place on a program, and two, what, if any, subsidies we were able to apply to your program costs. That's the email address there. It's inquiries@city-traders.co.uk. My email address is paul@city-traders.co.uk. If you want to email me directly, again, that's absolutely fine. If you want to come in, have a look around the training facilities, have a look around the trading floor, even spend a day with one of our other traders, or trading on a simulator, anything at all like that, then we can certainly arrange to set up that experience for you. Again, just telephone us or drop us an inquiry via email. You can also go to our website, which is www.city-traders.co.uk, where there's downloadable brochures and more information on these programs. Thank you for listening, and we hope to hear from you soon.